Hey, year 10s, here's a couple examples of how to solve by substituting. So here's my initial information. So it tells me the value, find the value of the expression if x equals 2, y equals 3, and z equals -5. So I'm going to use these three values, x equals -2, y equals 3, and z equals -5 in my different examples. So my first example, we have x, y plus 3y. So the next thing I do is I'm going to substitute in using brackets. So the first thing I do is I do bracket the value of x, which is 2, close bracket, bracket 3 plus 3 bracket 3, which is the value for y. So when you have two brackets next to each other, don't forget that means multiply. So that would actually mean multiply in there, and there's actually a multiply in there as well when the two numbers are next to each other. So what's 2 times 3 equal to? 6. Now drop down my plus sign. And what's 3 times 3 equal to? 9. 6 plus 9 equals 15. So there's our first example. All right, next example. So same exact values. X still is 2, y is still 3, and z is -5. So this one I've got y squared equals, just let me erase that. It's y squared minus 8 over x. There we go. So first I insert in using brackets. So I write my value for y, which is 3, close my bracket, squared minus 8 over bracket my value for x, which is 2. 3 squared is equal to 9 minus, what's this also means, I'll just write that in just so it's there. When you have two numbers written as a fraction, it also means division. So what's 8 divided by 2 equal to? 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. So we have, oops, I just moved things around there. Let's see if I can move that back. 8 divided by 2 is equal to 4. And then 9 minus 4, I've run out of room on my screen, so I'm just going to write my final answer over here. 9 minus 4 equals 5. So there's our final answer there. All right, the next one's a little bit trickier. All right, so last one, we've got 2. I need to write smaller. Just give me a second. I'm just going to undo that so you won't see what I just did there. There we go. 2 x minus y z, and I cross my z's just so they're not confused for 2's. So this equals to 2 bracket my value for x, which is 2, close bracket, minus bracket 3, close bracket, and then open bracket, z was -5, close bracket. Okay. So remember, when you have two numbers next to each other, like the 2, when you have two numbers next to each other, like the 2 and the 2, and there's a bracket around one of them, in between the 2 is multiplication. So what's 2 times 2 equal to? 4. I then drop down my minus sign from right up here, so I just drop that down. I then look at my next part, which is, just grab my pointer, what is 3 multiplied by -5? So positive times a negative is a negative. So I'm going to start writing my answer with a bracket. So I'm going to write my, I'll just keep going in red. What is a positive times negative? It's a negative. 3 times 5 is 15. So positive 3 times -5 is -15. So now, in my calculator, I can write laser pointer. There it is. 4 minus -15. The other trick my wife told me was she said whenever you see two negatives next to each other, two negatives next to each other, they become a positive. It also means what's -1 times -15. But when you have two negatives, if you have negative minus a negative like that, the two negatives combine together to become a positive like that. So this actually means 4 plus 15, which equals 2, I'm just running out of room there, 19. So that's my final solution there. I hope that's helpful for you. Good luck on the practice, and I hope you're all doing well and keeping healthy and safe at home. Take care and goodbye.